So here we have a pre-owned 2019 Toyota RAV4 hybrid. This one is in the LE trim level. You do get all-wheel drive capability here. Comes in magnetic gray metallic, and then we have black cloth interior. Powertrain consists of a 2.5 liter hybrid 4-cylinder engine that's made it to a continuously variable transmission. This one has almost 75,000 miles on it, so we'll see how it's held up. Front end here, we do get our standard LED headlamps. And I really like how this one is spec'd out here. The looks are fantastic. You kind of get the blacked out badging, these blacked out wheels here. These are gonna be 17-inch alloy. And for that to be a small wheel and this to be the base model, it looks really, really nice on here. I like the aftermarket tint, that's a nice touch. Now we do have our power mirror controls, one touch up and down windows on all 4 doors, power door locks, rear window locks, and then we do have blind spot monitors in the side mirrors. Auto high beams, hood release, gas cap release, manual tilt, telescoping steering wheel. And then here's our manual driver's seat. That's a 6-way, so we can pump the seat up or down, seat back, and then the seat bottom there. But a huge thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this RAV4 hybrid today. I'll leave a link below in the description. If you're looking to find the best price on one of these closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever pre-owned vehicle you might be interested in. But legroom back here, not bad. I have the seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. I could probably get it better. The thing with manual seats is it just makes it more difficult to get that perfect seating position up front. Rear AC vents are back here. You get a 12 volt down there. The view of the front from back here. And then we do get the middle seat that folds down with the bottle holder. So that's nice, again, for this to be the more basic trim level. Grab handle here, and you can hang a shirt or a pair of pants on there. That's pretty sturdy, actually. Let's make our way towards the back. Tile locks, we want to enable those, pull down, push back up to turn them off. It's a gas cap there. I think these are rated to get like mid-30s, lower 40s in terms of fuel economy in the city. But there's the back end. You do get a dual exhaust, which is nice. So a manual lift gate, again, this one being an LE, but I love that we have the cargo shade here. If you want to pull that, you have that there. Nice side pocket here. And underneath here, we do have a spare tire and the jack and everything. Now, as we come around to the rear passenger side, pull this here, seats will fold flat. You can run longer objects through to the front. Your top tethers are integrated on the back of the seats themselves. And then we have our lower anchors down below. And I do like that we have just a tad bit of recline here. That's the seat up. And then you can see we have a little space to lean that back, which always comes in handy. Front passenger seat, manual 4-way, so we can just adjust the seat back and the seat bottom. And then glove compartment here, the owner's manuals are still in this one. You have a top pocket there if you want to store something small. Now, as we come back around to the front end, just going to take a quick look in the engine bay. There's that 2.5 liter hybrid 4-cylinder engine. And next, I'm just going to show off the blinkers. So just an incandescent bulb in the back, but front LED on the side mirror, and then incandescent for the front blinker there. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So hard vinyl steering wheel here, just a little bit of wear on the side there, and just a tad bit up top. There's the horn. Over here to the radio, For audio, we do get AM, FM, XM, Bluetooth, USB, aux input. And then we do have the option to download some apps here as well. And then our menu here, you can pull up the Apple CarPlay there with a wire. I believe it has Android Auto as well wired, but I use Apple, so that's all I know. Tune knob here, volume knob there. It's a pretty simple radio system, honestly. Just really easy to use because there's not too much that's actually going on here unless you go to the settings here. So with there, you have your language you can change, the clock you can change. And then, yeah, I'm gonna assume it's just Apple CarPlay because only Apple CarPlay is showing up in this here. So it probably just has Apple CarPlay. And then down your vehicle settings here, you have that valet mode. So again, pretty simple even in the settings, but hazards are there. Backup cameras there. Now, for this to be the LE, again, I'm impressed with these climate controls. This is dual zone automatic climate. We have the eco mode. We can toggle for the heat or the AC. The auto mode can be toggled there. We can adjust either side's temperature here, and then we can cut the vents off in the back if we just want it only in the front. Fan speed can be toggled here, and then the fan direction can be toggled right there. Traction control button is here. You can turn that on or off. 12 volt. Then your aux and USB-A port are right there, and that's how you run that Apple CarPlay through that. Your electronic parking brake, pull up to engage, hit the brake, press down to disengage. You have an automatic brake hold, which you can turn on or off. And then your drive modes, you have the Eco, Sport, Normal, EV mode, and then your trail mode there. So you can turn that on or off if you're gonna do some light off-terrain work. Now for the shifter, hit the brake, pull up on this lever here, reverse, neutral drive, come over here and you can manually shift, and you kind of get the sport revs there for the CVT. It's not actual gears you're going through, but bottle holders here in the middle, center console cubby space. There's a view of the back seat from up here. There are your lights, sunglasses holder. For this being LE, I do like all that's included here. Left side stock is your blinkers, and then you can set it to just the daytime running lights or turn everything off. High beams, and then you have the intermittent wipers, one time off, intermittent low, high, and then you have your rear wiper there, so intermittent on. Push back for that rear wiper fluid, pull up for the front. Left side of the steering wheel, we can use these 4 arrows to go through the gauge cluster. So if you go into the settings here, this is where all the important stuff is. Click here, we have to hold the OK button, and then you can change your language or units here. So that's how you can change the units of measurement. And then you have your lane tracing assistant. If you want to turn that lane center on or off, you can do that. Everything else just info, so tire pressure monitors, your power output, and all of that. But volume, voice recognition, Bluetooth button. The steering assist, you can turn on or off there. Gap adjust for the radar cruises there. You can activate the radar cruise here, and then set the speed, cancel. This mode button goes through the audio sources, and then this goes through your track list or radio station presets right here. And then this is a turnkey, so no passive keyless entry, no push button start. And what's funny is you have to actually put the key in the ignition, and then you have to turn it until you feel like the car is on, because you don't actually hear an engine start up because it starts off in the EV mode when you start it. So that's something I just find kind of interesting. But all that being said, let's go ahead and take out this 2019 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid for a quick test drive. So starting the test drive in this RAV4 Hybrid here, the hybrid is actually relatively quick. Wouldn't necessarily call it fast or peppy like the RAV4 plug-in, but it has some get up and go to it. It's definitely better than the standard RAV4. Now, the other cool thing about this is you do have the capability to change the drive mode. So I'm just here in the normal drive mode now, but I'm gonna put it into sport, and then we're gonna give it a pull getting on the interstate here. So I have some space behind me. Here we go. So a really good pull there. That is actually really impressive, the acceleration. Feels so much better than the standard RAV4. Let's put it into Eco now, and then let's try out the radar cruise. So we have the lane center on here. I think this is so smart of Toyota to put this system in this vehicle. I mean, this is a base model for the most part, and the fact that you get standard lane tracing assist and adaptive cruise just makes this that much better of a buy. And the only noise I'm really hearing is this back license plate where it's not screwed on at the bottom. It's kind of flapping, but for the most part, relatively quiet in here. You have a little bit of wind noise coming through. Road noise not really noticeable, even though I am next to a semi. But the overall drivability is, again, this just feels better than the traditional RAV4 to me in every way. Even just how the thing drives in general feels better than the typical standard 4-cylinder. Now, I do want to give one more thanks to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this RAV4 hybrid today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But if you're looking to find the best price on one of these pre-owned closer to home, click on that second link down below. It takes just a minute to fill out your information, and I'll make sure the local dealers are fighting to get you the best price on this or whatever used vehicle you might be interested in. But all in all, I think this is priced at $23,000 as is. This has a lifetime powertrain warranty on it from the dealership, Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro, so that's another plus. It covers your engine, transmission, and the transaxles. It doesn't cover the hybrid battery, but everything else is covered under that warranty. And just where the hybrid batteries have been around so long, you can look around and find somebody, even on like Facebook Marketplace or something like that, that can rebuild your battery, like the cells and everything, for a pretty affordable price. Now, if you're trying to replace a whole EV battery pack, it's still relatively expensive now, just because it's newer technology. But again, for the hybrid batteries, not bad there. But the reason that these are so, I guess, coveted, like people want these so badly, is because the reliability, specifically on Toyota's hybrid powertrain, is like unbeatable. This drives like a brand new vehicle. It'll probably go 300, 400,000 miles, and then after that, all you have to do is replace the battery, and then you could keep it going, getting 35, 40 miles per gallon. And just for this to be an all-wheel drive vehicle too, it's just it's a good buy, I think, especially for the money that you can get it for right now. Now, it is the LE, so you can go up to an XLE Premium and get a power seat, even go up to a Limited, get a few more options there. But for the money, I think this is a good, again, a good way to get in this segment here, especially for it to be all-wheel drive, a hybrid. And I mean, the thing is quick. And you get your blind spot monitors here, your radar cruise control, your lane centering. It's ready for a long road trip there. I just think it's, again, it's top tier when it comes to features and for a used vehicle with this kind of miles on it. And with that being said, this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2019 Toyota RAV4 Hybrid in the LE trim level.